All right. Now, this next one is for the Switch 2. And I don't know. I'm not a Switch guy. So I said in another live stream, and people, I think that there was room. Look at, it's all weird. I think that there was room for people to misinterpret what I meant. I said that the Nintendo Switch is a niche platform, and that's not exactly. That's not what I meant. The Nintendo Switch is not a niche gaming platform. It's the games that are on it. Okay, like hardcore gamers, you don't want to play The Witcher on the Nintendo Switch. The graphical quality is too low. The technical aspects of the system aren't what people would want to play with The Witcher. That's why the Steam Deck is so impressive. But the Switch actually does have, it's basically cornered the market in handheld gameplay right now, and it sells more than PlayStation and Xbox, you know. But it's just that the games that you can get on there are either a certain type of game, or they all look, if it's a modern game, like they all look, if it's a game that comes out for PlayStation or Xbox, they all look worse than they did on the PlayStation and Xbox. And usually people either like the PC controls or the controller rather than holding it like this and looking at a screen down here, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's check this one out. I don't know how this is going to work out. This might be a game that, for me anyway, you know, it's almost like mobile games. It's like, oh, cool, a Game of Thrones game. But wait, it's a mobile game? Ah, that sucks. Which we ran into recently with Game of Thrones, The King's Road. So let's see if this is a similar thing, or if this is going to be a little bit different than what I might expect. We are watching the trailer for 007 First Light. Announcement trailer, Nintendo Switch 2. Coming at us from Nintendo of America with the Google Chrome extension, we can see it's got 778,000 views, 23,000 likes, and 582 dislikes. We are going to like the video as we do with all trailers that we react to, except for mobile game trailers, because we hate those, so we leave a dislike. 007 First Light is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Earn the number. Play as James Bond, a young, resourceful, and sometimes reckless new recruit, and discover an origin story for the first time. The all-new game experience from IO Interactive is coming in 2026. Let me see this. Is this a new game? Because what ends up happening a lot of the times is that it's an old game, and yeah, it's an old game, and then it gets released on the Switch, and I get the trailer for it, you know, because it'll be. I watch trailers from the latest week, from the last week that have the highest number of views, the most popular ones. So, all right, let's check it out. We've got a 3-minute, 11-second trailer. I hope that you're ready. Here we go. All right.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall.
Hello, Bon Bon. Great to have you with us.
He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Wait a minute.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He
Oh.
watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain.
Okay, so
Always.
James Bond is like that one dude from Naruto. I am doing great, Bon Bon. Great to have you. Just moved into a new house, and this is my new studio, so I hope that you like that. I am aware that there's a little bit of an echo with the mic. I'm going to fix that. Let me know if there's any issues with audio or video quality. Other than that, yeah. Biggest thing is equalization. I need to be slightly louder than the trailer. How are things going with you? But yeah, so 007 is like that guy from Naruto who like walked into a ninja school and killed everybody and was like, haha, I'm the best ninja. This dude is like on Mount Everest. Parents die. He's 12. Works his way off the mountain himself. It's kind of funny. This is a new 007 game. Here we go.
It's at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No.
Okay.
And I suspect he feels the same way.
We've got
What he did in
a good
Iceland.
actor there.
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really
Yeah,
quite
I mean,
simple. Bond is a bullet without a target.
so
Let's give him one.
so the thing about it is that in the military, it depends on what it is. It doesn't matter how good you are at something if you're not showing it out in the like. Okay, so let's say that you are going to be much better. Like whatever your plan is for the way an operation should go is much better than your superiors. If you bring that up, like you're going to get in trouble. Or you try to fight them on it and it's a big argument, you know, you're going to be the one to get in trouble. And that's just how it is. But if you're on the field and you disobey a direct order to, you know, like, hey, go over there and do the thing. And instead you're like, no, I'm not retreating. And then you run in and save like 50 people from a burning building and kill a bunch of people, a bunch of the enemy on your own. You will be awarded for that. So it kind of happens sometimes, but not. It's more rare, you know, and it's a different situation. It's not like you can be in a training exercise and you disregard what you're told to do to go do something that you think is better. In a training exercise, they'll just be like, "Hey, screw off! That was terrible. Don't be like that," and you'll get in trouble. So even if the outcome was better, but when it comes to like saving lives or doing something that really makes you a hero, then you'll get rewarded for that. But actually, and your superior will take credit for it. They'll be like, oh yeah, I trained this guy real good, didn't I? Yeah. The good old army. All right. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so we've got the origin story of James Bond.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Okay. I want to see gameplay. Show me gameplay.
Facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need
Show me
all my
Twitch 2
pieces on the
gameplay.
board.
Okay.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Is 009 the bad guy? Alright, so you see what I'm saying here, by the way? So now we're more than halfway through. I'll just show you this real quick. You see what I'm saying here? Like, these graphics are good. I don't think that I personally would like to go through to deal with this UI of playing the game like this with a game like this. Those types of things. I like puzzle games. I like Pokemon. I like, you know, card games and whatever. But you can see, I mean, this is like the old Hitman game level of graphics. But that's like okay because it's an update from what it usually is. Because these games on the Switch are usually much less than that. They're like PS2 graphics. So, yeah, we're up to the Hitman series level of graphics here. So yeah, or at least the last Hitman game that I played, which was a couple years ago. I have been great. How are you? Let me see. I've been great. How are you? You know, have just been working and getting used to my new studio. So, yeah.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the
So
end game
009 must
is,
be the
we
bad
won't
guy,
see it
right?
coming.
All right.
Jet lag.
Ooh.
Gets me every time.
We got the ladies, because it's Bond.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Alright. So this is obviously all cutscenes. I don't know how you would do
Tell me, what
Like-
do you do, James?
Lately,
like a racing game on the PS5 versus a racing game on the Switch. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you very much, by the way, Mecca's Vibes.
headhunting.
Okay. It feels like an old school Bond movie, you know? James Bond fighting a dude off with a sword. 007. First Light. So, ooh, wow.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Interesting. So I'll tell you. So yeah, I'll get back with you about that, buddy. Yeah. So the game Gotham. Oh, what was it? With Batman when he was young. It was Gotham. Not Dark Knight. The Gotham series. The Arkham series. Sorry, what am I talking about? It was Batman Arkham Origins. Was a good game, okay, because it talked about a time in Batman's life when he was younger, and it didn't break any kind of mystery surrounding the character. This one feels like it's kind of scratching and maybe gonna the line, and maybe gonna give up a little bit. It's gonna walk a line. It's kind of scratching the crust here a little bit away, you know. And it's like scratching an egg. If you scratch too hard, you will crack it. And I think that I don't know how it's gonna go as far as James Bond. Do we need more mystery, or is this going to make the character in a way where it'll just be an interesting origin for the character? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. You know? I hope that. So how have you been? Hope all as well. I hope that. Yeah, I've been doing great. Thank you very much in the chat. Yeah, just been fixing some stuff in my house. I hope that they can do this right, though. I always hope that every game, it's always my hope that every game is good. And yeah, I don't know. Is it going to be like, I'm just wondering if it's going to be like Arkham Origins, or is it going to be like, yeah, so is it going to be like Arkham Origins, or is it going to be like Solo, where it gives us a bunch of stuff that we just don't need to know, and actually having the mystery makes the character better. So, yeah. Well, all right. Let's check out what other people are saying here. So good to see 007 back on Nintendo. IO Interactive is basically the only developer qualified for a license like this. Hitman Stealth, with the production value of the Bond license, is a match made in heaven, not to mention them integrating so many elements of the source material like the Fleming origin and the John Barry OHMSS. Shows these guys clearly care about being authentic with this adaptation. Now, is IO? Oh, it's coming out here too. Whoa, that's way too. Okay, IO Interactive. It is the Hitman games. Okay. But I'm saying, yeah, so just to be very clear, by the way, what I was saying is that the graphics of this game, the gameplay, are about as good as at least the last Hitman game that I played, which was not the last in the series. And it's just because the Switch doesn't have as much power as other consoles, and that's fine. That's fine because it's a handheld gaming that's really great. The Steam Deck is coming though. That's for sure. The Steam Deck is coming for the Switch. Yeah, so I definitely agree, though. Stealth combat in the Hitman games was always awesome. It was always really cool to be able to kind of go around the semi-open world and kind of plan how you're going to do things. So that looks like it's going to be a cool part of the game. So Nintendo said they're not playing around with this generation with Switch 2. They're going all in now, baby. I bet you that they're doing that because they're trying to really ramp things up because of the Steam Deck. I'm not sure. I don't know how popular or how successful really the Steam Deck actually is, but I've heard, I mean, it basically can play any game. It's basically a PC. It's not like a Switch. It's in a PC. It's a very powerful unit, is my understanding. Bond being back on Nintendo reminds me of the GameCube Bond Golden Age. Everything or Nothing, Nightfire, Rogue Agent, Agent Under Fire, and From Russia with Love. Name's Drake, James Drake.
Target. Let's get...
Oh, yeah, because it does look like Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series. This looks absolutely insane for a handheld. The Nintendo Switch 2 is an absolute powerhouse. A handheld? Right, like the Steam Deck and the Switch 2 are in the same class. Yeah, okay, yeah, it looks pretty typical for a handheld game, let's be real. Yeah, for a $900 handheld, this one is $450. That's why you'll never see a Steam Deck or whatever ally selling more than the Wii U. Wait, is the Steam Deck 900? Oh, like, let's see, Steam Deck price. Typically, how much is... our Steam Deck 2 price estimate put... What? Why can't... Are you kidding me? You're telling me you can't tell me the price of... Where do I buy a Steam Deck? Okay, so... What? Steam Deck. Okay, so if I go over here, I can buy a Steam Deck. Okay, so here we go. $400 to $650, depending on how you get it. Okay. How much is the Nintendo Switch 2? All right, the Switch 2 is going to be $450. And let's click on it. Okay, let's see. $450. I'm not seeing any other price thing. $450. All right, Steam Deck. Wi-Fi, whatever, battery, whatever. I'm looking at the... I'm not going to spend any more time on this, but basically I was trying to compare them actually with how much you actually get here. Well, okay, so 1 terabyte. Ooh, that's actually... I have a terabyte hard drive in my computer. I have a couple of hard drives, though. I'm wanting to see, how much does it have? Let me see, Switch 2. Switch 2, storage size. Let's just see, just on that one thing, yeah. You can get, the lowest price Steam Deck has as much, and it's right, okay, I don't know. I mean, Switch 2 versus Steam Deck. I'm just wondering, like, you can play any game you know. Okay, they're saying that the Switch 2 is faster. There's pros and cons here. The Switch, I think that they're basically leapfrogging. I think the Steam Deck may have been encroaching on their their territory, and then they're going, okay, well now we're gonna kind of jump over that. Because my understanding is that the Steam Deck is great because it connects right to your Steam account. You can play any game that you can play on Steam, that you buy on Steam, you can play on the Steam Deck. I mean, that's the whole point. That's amazing. This is the first time looking at 007 First Line. Great job. Well, yeah, it's the first time. That's the first trailer. From GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo 64 to this. We're so back, brother. Yeah, I think that this looks great. I think that for a handheld game, the only thing for me is that I would like to play a game like this on PC or on computer. So if you're selling it here, and this is the thing about the Steam Deck, and this is what I like, is that if I can take my Steam library here, buy it here where I would actually be playing it here, and then say, oh, hey, I'm going on a trip. Let me bring my Steam Deck, and then take my Steam Deck with me and be able to play all these games right on my Steam Deck. So my primary way of playing games would be PC. If I can't get to my PC, I would play them on the Steam Deck. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's like a laptop versus a desktop. This is my desktop, right? I get a laptop. That's not as good. It's my desktop. When I travel, I can bring my laptop. Yeah. So that's my feelings about this. It has potential. The graphics aren't amazing, and that's just because, I mean, it's never going to be able to compete. A handheld game is never going to be able to compete with one of these, you know. You know, like an old school PC or even a console. But this looks like it could be great, actually, even with the graphics and stuff. Yeah, awesome. So for those who love the Switch and are going to get the Switch 2, 007 has landed. But all right. Okay, look, guys, that's all we've got for trailers today. That was our last one. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. Go check out 007 First Light when it comes out. We'll let you know about if any other trailers come out for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But otherwise, yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. God bless you and have a good night. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and join the Discord where you can voice chat with me while I live stream, and you won't be recorded or anything on YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty cool. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to read, you can see my after-action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in the description below.